Good morning. God's kingdom is at hand. You are not alone. It is well. Dementia causes changes in the brain that may cause someone to hallucinate. That means seeing, hearing, feeling, or tasting something that isn't there. Their brain is distorted or misinterpreting the senses. And even if it's not real, the hallucination is very, very real to them, to the person who is experiencing it. For example, if your older adult is seeing bugs crawling on the wall or on the floor, nothing you say will convince them that the bug does not exist. The brain is saying that the bug is real. Some hallucinations can be scary, but others might involve visions of ordinary people, situations or objects from the past. Some may even be pleasant or happy. These dementia hallucinations usually happen in the middle or later stages and are more common in low body and Parkinson dementia. But they can also happen in Alzheimer's and other types of dementia. With any hallucination, what's most important is to validate your older adults' experience, respond to their feelings, and keep them safe. You are not alone. First step is to determine if a response is needed, whether the hallucination is bothering your older adult. If it's pleasant, you might not want to respond or call attention to it at all. Just know and accept that it's a dementia symptom and thankfully isn't causing distress. If the hallucination is upsetting them or causing them to do something unsafe, then it is time to step in to provide comfort and redirect them to a safe activity. The most important thing you can do to assist them is to stay calm. Don't argue or try to convince them by using logic. Logic as logic is, it does not work. It will not exist in their mind. When someone is having a dementia hallucination, it's important to stay calm and avoid contradicting them. What they are seeing is a dementia symptom and is very, very, and I mean very, very real to them. Trying to explain that it isn't real simply will not work. It doesn't work. I've been there, I've dealt with it, it just does not work because of the damage that dementia has caused in their brain. In fact, knowing that you don't believe them might make them even more upset and agitated. If they're calm enough to explain, it may also help to understand what they are seeing. Listen carefully and try to pick up clues to what they are seeing. But keep in mind that dementia damage in the brain may affect their ability to even use the correct words. For example, they could unintentionally say cabbages when they mean green cushions. However, validate their feelings and provide reassurance. Be careful not to dismiss your older adults' experiences, brushing off what they are seeing by saying something like, "Don't be silly, there's nothing there." It's more likely to upset them. It helps to allow them to talk about what they are seeing. Having you to take them seriously and provide reassurance increases their feeling of safety and security. Focus on being kind and responding to their feelings rather than to dismiss them of their hallucination or the hallucination itself. If they seem scared, you could say something like, "That sounds scary. I can see how upsetting that can be for you." Or if they are happy, you might say something like, "How wonderful. I am glad that makes you so happy." All of these will increase their security. Other possible responses can be, "It sounds like you're worried," or "I know this is scary for you." In all, you don't need to pretend that you can see or hear what they are pointing out to you. Just be supportive and do what you can to relieve any fear or anxiety, as if it was a real threat. For example, you could say something like, "I don't hear or see anything outside the window, but you seem worried. What can I do to help you feel safe?" The most important thing is to make them feel secure and safe. Check the environment and remove possible triggers. Oftentimes, dementia hallucination can be triggered by things going on around your older adult. Their dementia brain can interpret sights and sounds differently to you, causing hallucinations. 2. Remove possible triggers. Check the environment for background noises or visual stimulations that could cause a problem. For example, things like TV or radio could make them believe that some strangers are in the house. What's happening on TV, they could interpret it as being real, or that they are hearing voices. Dim lights, for instance, could make shadowy corners a source of fear. Reflections in shiny floors or windows when it's dark outside and bright inside could make it seem like there are people in the house. Similarly, mirrors could be another source of fear or confusion. Offer simple answers and reassurances. When someone is having a dementia hallucination, don't give them explanations about what's happening. They just won't get it. They won't understand. Try to process what you are saying may actually add to their distress. Instead, respond in a calm and supportive way. For example, you could say something like, "Don't worry, I'm here to protect you. I will make sure you are safe." Gently hugging them or patting their hand or shoulder may also provide them the comfort and reassurance they need if they are scared or distressed. Connecting with you may also be a welcome distraction from the hallucination. Look for patterns. If hallucinations happen frequently, there could be a trigger that's not obvious. One way to figure out what could be causing the behavior is to track activities and try to find a pattern. Taking notes or keeping a dementia journal may help you to discover that certain hallucinations happen at a certain time of the day, before or after meals, or in relation to a physical need like using the bathroom or being in pain. Or it could be something as simple as change in daily routine that's making them feel confused and disorientated and causing this hallucination. Keeping a log or taking notes helps you to keep and look for solutions and ways to avoid the situation that may be triggering hallucination. Distraction and redirection. I can't stress this enough. Another effective technique is to distract your older adult from their hallucination. Try to switch their focus to an activity they enjoy, like dancing or singing, for example. You could ask them to help with a chore that makes them feel successful and in need, that you need them. Look at favorite family photos, singing their favorite songs, doing a fun puzzle, eat a tasty snack, or take a pleasant stroll to look at the view. Even an indoor stroll will definitely work. Another way to distract is to direct their attention to you instead of the hallucination. If they are hearing voices, try chatting with them. It's harder to hear those voices if you are now having a conversation with them. Or if they are seeing someone or something, get to eye level and try to make eye contact with them. If they are occupied with looking at you, it could make the hallucination less intense or even just fade away. But do get help in coping with this. Caring for someone with dementia hallucination is stressful, so it can be a big help to know that you are not alone in dealing with this issue. That's why care support groups are highly recommended. Sharing your experiences and getting advice and tips from others can make life a lot, and I mean a lot, easier. There are also many great online groups that are free and private. You may want to speak to your older adult's doctor to find out if there could be a medical reason behind the hallucination. This won't change the way you respond, but it may help you find ways to reduce or even eliminate the behavior. For example, some medications or medical issues that can cause hallucination include hydration, urine tract infection, kidney or even bladder infection, head injuries from a fall or even pain. Or if your older adult recently started a new medication, it could be a negative side effect of the drug or interaction with another medication. Immediately report any changes in their behavior to the doctor. And if your older adult is having trouble with hearing or vision, that could easily explain their hearing or seeing things that aren't there. You are not alone. But by all means, please do contact your doctor immediately if their safety or yours is at risk. If your older adult is severely distressed by hallucination, or if hallucination causes them to hurt themselves or others, contact their local doctor immediately to get help. For example, they might be hitting out or try to defend themselves against a perceived attacker, run away from something that scares them, or something else dangerous. These types of actions can easily lead to injury to them and also to yourself. When you speak with your doctor, describe the symptoms in great detail, how often they happen, and if they have changed in intensity or frequency over time. It helps if you keep a log or notes that could help the doctor get a clearer picture of what's happening. If non-drug approaches aren't working, there isn't a medical condition that's causing the hallucination, careful use of behavior medication could improve the quality of life by reducing the intensity and frequency of the hallucination. By all means, do contact your doctor, and you are not alone. This is definitely a hard situation to be in, because with dementia, especially at the later stages, middle and later stages, I've found that absolutely anything can cause hallucination. For example, photographs of family members they once recognized so well now becomes other people, other children. Faces on TV are looking at them constantly. Even the glare, the reflection of themselves on a TV screen after being switched off will cause hallucination. They will interpret it as someone else, not their reflection, looking at them. Any kind of photographic image, for example, on a magazine, will be looking at them, depending on the image, either having a scary effect to them, giving them a scary effect, or even just staring at them and talking to them. All of these are it's a difficult situation to be in, and I do sympathize with you. The only thing I can say is going around the room and looking for objects, covering mirrors, for example, covering mirrors with clothes, and any shiny objects, just covering it up. Putting instead of, for example, if you have one single color in the bathroom of towels, let's say you have white towels, make sure you've got another color in there to balance out, otherwise they will interpret it as something else. I have found that as well. So I would dilute the white with a single white towel, with a single red towel, or with another color, or have multiple dilutions in place in the bathroom for that, so that they would feel safer. For instance, even the air vent might have, the sound of the air vent might sound like people talking to them, okay? So, or even people looking at them. So this is important, covering all of that up, switching the radio off or putting the radio down so that it is not overwhelming for them. There's just so many aspects to be on the lookout for, and you constantly have to be on your guard, basically. It is a very difficult situation to be in, and I do sympathize with you, but by no means are you alone. You're not alone in this, and I do commit you to the Almighty God, because this is a demon. Dementia, Alzheimer's, all of such are just demonic. They're just horrible diseases. No disease is good. It's horrible, and I do sympathize with you. God bless. You're not alone. If you like what you've been listening to, do like, subscribe, and share the channel for the growth of the channel, so that a whole lot more people will learn to appreciate the elderly, and God willing, treat them a whole lot better. Making a change